Hi guys, so in today's video I'm going to be doing my highlight collection, and this is basically going to be all of my drugstore highlights, and I don't know how long this is going to take to film, but I'm going to try and put all of them in this video, tell you guys my opinions on them, which ones are my favourite, and all of these are under £10, so hopefully if you're on a budget, you're looking for a good highlight, or you just want to see reviews of like certain drugstore ones, hopefully you guys will find this helpful. And if you're wondering, my lipstick and my dress, this is a dress with like long sleeves, it's bodycon, they're both from Primark. Ugh. Now is when my cat wants to get out of the room. Thanks, cat. So I'm just going to zoom you guys in a little bit just so that you can see the swatches a little bit closer up. Oh, for goodness sake, now my other cat wants to get out. Okay, so for starters, my favourite brush to highlight is the Morphe M501. By the way, the reason I have blue tape on all my brushes is because I had to cover them, like the brands, for the I Am Freedom Awards, but I never took them off because I'm lazy. So I either use this brush or I use the Real Techniques, I think it's either called the setting or the finishing brush, but I can't find that one right now, but it's pink and I use it in a lot of videos, So the first thing I want to talk about is the one that is the strong winner out of my entire highlight collection. This is the Sleek Solstice palette. I'm sure you guys will have heard so many people rave about this. I actually already had it like before the hype, which is really crazy because now this is like blown up and like Jaclyn Hill, Jeffree Star are using it, and ew, it's got so many fingerprints on it. But this costs £9.99. You get 4 highlighters in here, you get 3 powders and a cream. I literally never use the cream one, but the 3 powder ones are just perfect. And yeah, I don't really need to say much more about this other than the pigmentation is unreal. Like, they are just stunning. There's a kind of peachy one, a sort of lilac-y one, and then there's just a kind of standard like pearly sort of champagne-y colour, and these are just like so metallic. I'm actually just going to put a bit more of this on my face now because you can't even see my highlight today. Okay, I don't actually normally use that colour, and apparently it's given me a very strong lilac tone to my cheeks. I rarely ever use the kind of purpley tone. I don't really know why I used it now, but oh well. And then another one which no one ever talks about really is the Midas Touch highlight palette. This one is really good as well. This one is more of a kind of icy sort of colour. Well, it's got 4 highlights again. One of them is cream, which is a silver, which I've never touched. There's then a blue one, which again I haven't really used, but maybe I should use it now that like the Anastasia Moonchild is like popular, you know? And then there's also a really pale pink and a white. So if you're pale and the Solstice palette is a little bit too dark for you, then I would recommend checking this one out because it literally has a straight up white shade. I feel like this palette is not raved about enough, but it is honestly beautiful. And again, that one is £9.99. Moving swiftly on, I'm now going to talk about my highlighters from Makeup Revolution. I have a lot of highlighters. Probably the majority of my highlighters are from either Makeup Revolution or Freedom or like I Heart Makeup. They're all like one big company owned by Tam Beauty. So the first one that I have is the Makeup Revolution Strobe highlighter in Radiant Lights, and this is one of their newer ones. It looks like this. It's got like a really cool pattern on it. I love this. I'm pretty sure these are like £3. Most of Freedom and Makeup Revolution's highlighters are £3, and this one is a little bit more subtle. This one is a little bit more subtle than these sleek ones, but you can build up to be like really intense. And I do actually really like this one. It's not as kind of shimmery, like it's very kind of finely milled and it's more of like a subtle glow, but you can definitely build this up and I really like it. So I then have the Pro Illuminate, which I've spoken about before. This is a pretty good dupe of the Balm Mary Luminizer, and the pan is absolutely huge. Again, this one isn't really like shimmery, it's more of just like a glow. Like it doesn't have any sort of like chunky glitter particles or anything. So this one is really good for every day and I absolutely love it. Then 2 from Makeup Revolution, which are a little bit more intense. The first one is the Shimmer Brick in Radiant, and this one just comes with like 5 different kind of highlights. Obviously I only really use the top 2 because these ones are like too kind of dark and bronzy for me. I've got cat hair on my face. So I'm just going to swatch these top 2 like individually. They're kind of more metallic and shimmery than the 2 that I just showed you. So here is a swatch of the top 2 shades, but if you mix them together it gives like such a nice finish, and yeah, this one's definitely a bit more intense than the 2 I just spoke about. So if you like something a bit like bolder, then this might be a good one to go for. However, it's kind of difficult to use because like whenever I swirl my brush, like try and swipe my brush just in the top 2 shades, I always get a bit of the bronzy one, so meh, not my favourite, but I do like it. The next one is by I Heart Makeup. This is a new purchase of mine, which is the Goddess of Love Triple Baked Highlighter. If you want to see what this looks like on my face, then check out my testing Makeup Revolution video. This one is gorgeous. It kind of reflects pink. It's so pretty. Wait, let me just do a swatch. So that is a swatch of this one here on my hand. As you can see, it reflects that really nice like kind of pink colour. And I don't know, I never really used to like sort of pinky toned highlights, but they're really growing on me now. And this one is definitely more pink toned than the first kind of pinky Makeup Revolution highlighter that I showed you. And I really, really love this one. I think this is a bit more expensive. It's like $4.99, I believe. Oh, and by the way, if you didn't know, you can get Freedom and Makeup Revolution on the Superdrug website, in some Superdrug stores, and you can get it on the Tam Beauty website. But as always, all the products will be linked in the description box. And if you're wondering, in every single video, I always like write what highlighter I'm wearing. So if you're ever curious, it's always in the description box. So Makeup Revolution do actually make ones that look very similar to this. But I have the Freedom versions. They're pretty much exactly the same. Yeah, they're pretty much exactly the same. I've swatched them in the shop, and Freedom are obviously owned by the same people, and yeah, I'm pretty sure these are the same thing. They're also £3, so I have the Freedom Pro Highlight in Glow. I'm not sure what the Makeup Revolution equivalent name is, but it's just this kind of like goldy one. So this one is really, really intense. I love it. These ones are so good. So if you like your dramatic highlights, then I would highly recommend these. So as you can see, that one is kind of pretty gold toned. It's more like the yellowy side of highlights. And then there's also a kind of pinky one, which is called Brighton with an E, not like Brighton as in where Zoella lives, but like Brighton with an E. Yeah, you guys know what I mean. This one again is really, really pretty. It's kind of similar to the I Heart Makeup, like Love Heart boxed one that I showed you a minute ago. They do these in the Freedom range and in the Makeup Revolution range. Freedom also then do two others, which are more kind of like subtle highlights. The most subtle out of all of them is this one, which is called Ambient. This one isn't so much a highlight, it's more of like a kind of slightly glowy setting powder. To be honest, I can't really do a swatch of this because it's not really glowy enough to kind of pick up. But if you are looking for something to kind of set your face but also give you a little bit of a glow, then this is supposed to be a kind of dupe of the Ambient Lighting Setting Powders by Hourglass. But the one that I do really like and I use pretty much on an everyday basis is this one, which is called Diffused. And this again has the same kind of wavy pattern, and this one is just a more kind of subtle highlight. It's nowhere near as intense as the others, but it just gives a really nice kind of like healthy looking glow. So hopefully you can see with that one there, it's really like finely milled. And if you're wearing this, no one's going to be like, whoa, you've got highlight on your face. Like, it just makes you look really nice and just like glowy without being like bam. So yeah, I really like this. And again, that's £3. I then have a few by MUA. These ones are also £3 each. And again, they're very similar to the Freedom Makeup Revolution ones I just showed you. There's also a kind of golden toned one, and this one is called Iridescent Gold. And that one looks like this. It's pretty much the same sort of thing as the Freedom one. And then there is also this one, which is the pinky version. And this one is called... This one does not have a name on the back because this one is quite old. I think it now does have a name. I'm not sure what the name is called. So that is what those two look like there. I would say these are pretty much the same quality as the Makeup Revolution and Freedom ones. So if you already have those, you don't really need these because they're very, very similar colours, similar formulas. But yeah, again, I really, really like these ones. And then another one by MUA that I have is the Glow Beam Highlighting Powder in Gold. I love this. The thing I hate about it is that it's just gone all over my lap. Yeah, no, but seriously, I hate the packaging of this. You have to like twist it and then it all comes out of there, but it's just like really messy. I mean, I get that it's kind of fun, but this is amazing. It is so intense. You just need a tiny bit. Yeah, you only need like a little bit and it's so like glowy. Hopefully you can see like how metallic that is. I'm pretty sure this one is £5, and if you like a really strong highlight, then I would recommend this. I just don't like the packaging. Like, it's really bulky and it's quite difficult to use, but I guess I'll let it off because it's cheap and it's really good. I then have one from New Look, and if you guys saw my testing New Look makeup video, then you will have seen this. This is the Baked Highlighter Powder in Light Pink. This is stunning. It is so gorgeous. The gold version of this is a pretty much exact dupe for MAC Soft and Gentle, but this one is just beautiful. It's really pale, really finely milled, really reflective. I love this. I should actually wear this more. Like, I don't really wear it enough, but I think this is great for pale skin. Like, look how much lighter it is than my skin tone, and it's just beautiful, really. Like, can't fault them. And I think this is like $4.99, maybe $5.99, maybe $6.99 max, but I really like this a lot. I then have this one by W7, which is the Glow Commotion, and this one again is pretty much an exact dupe of the Balm Mary Luminizer. This is like £2 or £3 on Amazon, and this again, it doesn't have any kind of chunky metallic glitter particles in it, but it just gives a really nice kind of everyday glow. It's nothing too crazy, so if you again don't like the super metallic highlight, then this one might be a good one to go for. But then again, you can build it up to be intense, so I really like this. So I then have one by Kiko, which is actually an eyeshadow. I think these are £8.90 and it's quite small, but it's literally amazing. This is the oh, what's it called? I think it's called the Water Eyeshadow, and this is in 208. This one is really famous for being a dupe of MAC Whisper of Guilt, which was a limited edition highlight. It's now back in their Christmas Nutcracker collection, but I think again it's like sold out. This is amazing. It is so metallic, so reflective. The only thing is, on me, it's quite dark, so I have to kind of use it sparingly or like layer it with another one. But other than that, it's amazing and it's so metallic, and yeah, it's great. I love Kiko. I then have another eyeshadow, which again I use as a highlight. This one was actually from eBay. It was like £1 or something ridiculous. This is by a brand called and it's the Honor Light Roast Eyeshadow in the shade 07. Or I think it's called like White and Gold in the description. And this is actually really nice. It's really kind of metallic. It's really like quite metallic and shimmery. The only thing I would say about this one is it is quite kind of glittery. So if you don't want to be looking like super glittery and you want something a bit more natural, then I wouldn't go for this one. But if you like bold highlights, then I think this is actually pretty good, and it's like £1, so can't really go wrong. I then have the Rainbow highlighter by Too True. I'm not going to swatch this because I actually have a full video on this, which I did recently, which is testing Rainbow highlight. But this one is really cool. Like, it's definitely the most kind of unique in my collection and the most colourful. I really want to get the Makeup Revolution Rainbow highlight. I might get it and test it for you guys because it looks amazing. And then finally I have 3 cream highlights. So the first one is the Natural Collection highlighter in Rose Glow. I actually really like this, but I just don't wear cream highlights really. Like, I don't know, I just find powder ones so much easier to work with, and yeah, they just work a lot better on my skin. I have oily skin and I find that, I don't know, I just generally can't really get cream highlights to work. Very occasionally I can. But this one is a kind of pink tone shimmery highlight. This is $1.99, and I do think this is really nice if you're into your cream highlighters. And then finally I have 2 by Colourpop. These are $6 each. Colourpop now ships internationally, but you will probably get hit with a customs fee like I have twice. The first one is in Smoke and Whistles. This is the first one I got. Absolutely love this. This is a kind of like cream to powder formula. Like when you feel it, it feels wet, but then it does actually blend really nicely over the top of like normal makeup. I really should wear my Colourpop eyeshadows more. This is that one here next to the Natural Collection one. This is absolutely stunning. Like, I love the feeling of them. Yeah, I don't really know why I don't wear these more. I think just because I tend to just grab my brush and put on a bit of powder, and these ones take a bit more time to work with. Then this one is in Stole the Show, which is a kind of pale sort of goldy colour, and it has like a little bit of a reflex in it. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that one there on the end. It is really pretty, and these are actually pretty intense, and I definitely need to wear them more because yeah, I love them. So that is my highlight collection under £10. I do actually have a few other palettes with highlighters in them, but if I'd have included those, then we would be here all day, so I think I'll talk about those another time. I did actually just want to mention I do have 2 of the Freedom individual highlights that you can like get separately and put them in a magnetic pan. If you guys would like me to do a full review on the kind of Freedom individual eyeshadows, contour pans, highlighters, blushes, all that kind of stuff, that kind of like channeling makeup geek, if you guys would like me to do a full review, then let me know. But these 2 highlights are beautiful. They're pretty much the same as the ones that I already showed you, but just in like smaller form. So those were all of my drugstore highlights under £10. I'm going to be filming a video of my highlights over £10. So if you want to see ones that are maybe a bit more pricey from higher end brands, then I am going to be filming that video soon. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you have found it helpful. I'm sorry that I didn't put them all on my face, but guys, I would be here forever if I didn't put them all on my face. But just generally, I think the drugstore do so well for highlighters. And yeah, I really like all of them. There's not one here that I think I want to get rid of. I do actually have a few palettes that have like really nice highlighters within them. I don't know whether I should do like a full video on those. So yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Let me know what your favourite highlighter is in the comments down below. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!